If you've been living with a cracked iPhone 15 Pro screen, and you've been wondering if you could replace it yourself, I think you'll be surprised to see just how easy replacing the screen on an iPhone 15 Pro actually is. There are a couple spots here where it's very easy to slice a cable or mess up a sensor, but we'll walk you through everything step by step in this video. But when you're doing your repair, make sure to follow along with the step-by-step guide for your device on iFixit.com. It will have all the latest updates to the repair procedure and comments and tips from other people who've done the repair themselves. For this repair you'll need a P2 Pentalobe driver, a suction handle, a hairdryer or heat gun, some iFixit opening picks, a tri-point Y000 driver, a spudger, some isopropyl alcohol, a microfiber cleaning cloth, and some packing tape if your screen is already cracked. You'll also need your replacement screen and some replacement adhesive strips, which you can get over at iFixit.com, either as a standalone part or a complete fix kit with all the tools you'll need to do the repair. Before you start your repair, make sure your battery is below 25%. A charged lithium-ion battery can catch fire if it's damaged, so don't skip that step. Unplug the cables and then hold the power and either volume button, and then slide to power down the phone off completely. If your screen is cracked, cover it with overlapping strips of packing tape. That'll protect your hands and help the suction cup get a better seal. Make sure there's a smooth area near the bottom edge for the suction handle. Next, grab an opening pick and mark about 3 mm from the tip. This is important. Going deeper than that in certain areas can damage internal components. Now remove the 2 Pentalobe screws on either side of the charging port. Apply heat to the bottom edge of the display until it's hot to the touch, but not too hot. You don't want to overheat the phone because the battery is sensitive to heat damage. Attach a suction handle to the bottom edge and pull up with steady pressure to create a gap between the screen and the frame. Insert your opening pick into the gap. As you start cutting through the adhesive, keep in mind that there are 2 delicate display cables along the left edge. There are also spring contacts around the perimeter. Going too deep here can cause damage fast. Slide your pick along the bottom edge to separate the adhesive, keeping your pick inserted no more than the mark we made earlier. Slide your pick around the bottom corner and up the right side toward the power button until you feel a clip. Gently twist the opening pick to release the clip. Heat the top edge next. Slide your pick around the top corner and along the top edge to release the clips and adhesive. Stay shallow, about 3 mm max. Then move on to the left edge. Heat it up and keep in mind this is the risky side. There are 2 display cables here and it's very easy to cut them if you go too far in. Work your pick around the top left corner and down to the bottom left until the adhesive is fully separated. Once everything is loose, open the display from the right side like a book. If anything still feels stuck, go back around the edges and free it up. Then prop the screen up so the cables aren't under tension. Now we're inside. Remove the 6 screws securing the logic board cover using a Y000 driver. Lift the cover carefully, sliding it out from under the ambient light sensor cable. Next, disconnect the battery first. Always do this before touching any of the other connectors. Then disconnect the display cable from the center of the logic board, followed by the ambient light sensor cable near the top left. Now we're going to transfer the ambient light sensor if your new screen doesn't include one. Remove the 2 Phillips screws securing the ambient light sensor cover, and then take the cover off. Apply heat to the sensor area until it's warm, but don't overdo it. Too much heat can melt the plastic components. Using a spudger or pick, gently lift the ambient light sensor cable out of its enclosure. If the adhesive has cooled, apply more heat so the entire glued area is warm. Then slide an opening pick under the sensor and lift it enough to grab with your fingers, and slowly peel it away from the display. Now let's put everything back together. If you remove the ambient light sensor, install it onto the new display. Warm the adhesive slightly if needed, and then press it into place gently. Don't force it. Lay the ambient light sensor cover in place and secure it with its 2 screws. Clean the edges of the phone and reapply display adhesive. If you need a walkthrough of that process, check out our video on reapplying display adhesive. Bring the display back over to the phone and reconnect the ambient light sensor and the display cable. Finally, reconnect the battery last. Reinstall the logic board cover, making sure the top left corner slides back underneath the ambient light sensor cable, and then reinstall the 6 screws. Before you seal the phone with new adhesive, this is a great time to test your new display and make sure everything is working as intended. If everything's working, lower the display into place, closing it like a book. Align it carefully and press around the edges to seal the clips and the adhesive. Lastly, reinstall the 2 Pentalobe screws at the bottom. And that's it, you're done! Power on the phone and test the display. Depending on your iOS version, you may need to run Apple's Repair Assistant to calibrate the new screen and restore features like True Tone.